It was a cold evening in the bustling city, rain pouring down like the sky itself was crying. Emma, a young girl dressed in torn clothes, stood outside a luxury restaurant, holding an old umbrella that barely worked. She had been selling handmade bracelets all day, but no one had stopped, not even to look at her. Just when she was about to leave, a tall man in a black suit walked out, his face pale and his eyes empty, as if he carried the weight of the world on his shoulders. It was Alexander Reed, a billionaire CEO known for his ruthless business tactics and his heart made of stone. He had just lost his mother, the only person who ever reminded him to be kind. His assistant was waiting with the car door open, but Alexander didn't move. He looked at the girl standing in the rain, her innocent eyes filled with quiet pain, and something in his chest stirred. For the first time in years, he felt human. Without thinking, he walked toward her, his voice trembling. "Hey, can you hold my hand for a while?" Emma froze, confused and frightened. "Sir," she whispered. Alexander took out a wad of cash from his pocket, $1,000, and placed it in her small hand. "Here's $1,000, just hold my hand for a few minutes," he said softly, his tone breaking. The world seemed to stop. Emma didn't know whether to run or cry, but something told her this man wasn't dangerous, he was broken. She nodded and held his hand, her fingers trembling in the cold. For the next few minutes, they stood silently in the rain, a billionaire and a poor street girl, connected by something neither could explain. Her warmth, her kindness, her silent comfort, it all melted something deep inside him. Alexander whispered, "You remind me of my mom, she used to hold my hand like this when I felt lost." Tears streamed down his face, shocking even him. Emma smiled faintly and said, "Then maybe she sent me to remind you, sir, that money can't buy peace, but kindness can." Her words hit him like lightning. For years, he'd been surrounded by people who cared only for his wealth, but this poor girl, this stranger, had given him something no one else could, comfort without condition. He took a deep breath, feeling the storm inside him begin to calm. The next morning, he couldn't get her face out of his mind. He sent his assistant to find her, and after hours of searching, they found Emma sitting under a bridge, feeding stray dogs with the little money she had left. When Alexander approached, she stood quickly, thinking he had come to take the money back. Instead, he smiled gently and said, "You gave me back something priceless last night, my heart. I want to return the favor." He offered her a job at his company, not out of pity, but out of faith in her spirit. Emma was hesitant but accepted. Over the months, she worked harder than anyone, learning, growing, and earning respect from everyone in the office. The same girl who once begged for spare change was now helping the CEO make decisions that valued people over profit. Alexander's empire transformed, not because of new strategies, but because of a new heart, a lesson learned from a girl who had nothing but love to give. 1 year later, at a grand company event, Alexander introduced Emma as his business partner, saying in front of hundreds, "Sometimes, the poorest hands can hold the richest hearts." The crowd applauded, but Emma's eyes were wet. She whispered to him, "You didn't just change my life, sir, you showed me what hope can do." Alexander smiled, replying softly, "No, Emma. You changed mine first." The story of the billionaire and the street girl spread across the city like wildfire, inspiring thousands to believe that compassion could heal even the deepest wounds. And as Alexander looked at Emma under the bright lights, he realized his mother was right, kindness always finds its way back. Life had given him millions, but she gave him meaning.